Good evening and welcome to Prime Business with me, Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Price of liquefied petroleum gas is expected to witness some marginal reduction later this week. This is in line with expected drop in the prices of other petroleum products in the country later this week. Gabriel Kumi is the vice chairman of the liquefied petroleum gas.
Once there is a shutdown at Atwabu, it means we are all supposed to direct our attention to Tema to lift LPG and distribute to both the Tema zone and the Atwabu zone. Obviously, that will bring a bit of pressure on the BDCs in Tema. But currently, we have more than enough BDCs that have stocks. I mean, talking to the BDCs, we now have over 6 or 7 BDCs that have stocks that are ready to supply onto the market. And we are also ready to lift from Tema and distribute to everywhere across the country. I mean, when we checked this afternoon, the 800 gas stations across the country, each of them has opened and is doing business. There is no shortage in any gas station. Basically, I think IES has done the right prediction. LPG is going to be relatively stable. If we are lucky, we are likely to have a little bit of a dip in price. There may be a slight price reduction beginning tomorrow.
Meanwhile, the Ghana National Gas Limited Company, in a statement, said it is shutting down its gas processing plant from 1st to the 17th of August. Now, according to the statement, plant facility maintenance shutdown beginning, the Ghana National Gas Limited Company wishes to bring to the attention of the general public that its gas processing plant and offshore gas export facilities will be shut down from the 1st to the 17th of August 2024. The shutdown is to enable critical safety and essential maintenance works to enhance the plant's operational efficiency and uninterrupted gas supply. During the shutdown period, lean gas from Sankofa OCTP field will be available for delivery at the Takrady distribution stations. Ghana Gas deeply regrets any inconveniences that the shutdown may cause, but assures the general public that there will be uninterrupted power supply during the shutdown period. We are committed to maintaining the highest standard of safety and operational efficiency. This has been signed by Ernest Kofi Owusu-Bempah Owusu, head of corporate communications at Ghana Gas. Now, in other stories, economist Dr. Patrick Isin is still asking the Bank of Ghana to press ahead with strict regulations aimed at checking dollarization of the economy. This was after the Bank of Ghana governor admitted that one of the surest ways to check this is first stabilize the cedi. But Dr. Isin says enforcement is still a key.
Is that, we shouldn't be expecting magic from the central bank when the exports or the current account is not working so great. The economy itself is not growing well, and the confidence levels have gone down. I think where I slightly disagree is that, yes, the fundamentals are important, but you also need to deal with the institutional arrangement around the ease of having access to foreign currency. I think that part is also enables the speculation aspect. So even if people want to people are speculating against the currency, the cedi, and they want to hold dollars, and we've tightened our rules such that people who ordinarily don't have any business importing or exporting or paying foreign workers or doing any of those don't have access to the currency. That will help, because whenever the speculation kicks in, it is the ease of people being able to get access to the currency that also supports and further heightens the depreciation. So in the main, yes, we definitely need to work harder to strengthen the fundamentals, but I think we should also tighten our forex rules, and so that people who are not importing don't need to service any foreign loan in foreign currency. The regulations are too weak. The systems are not strong enough. That's why we're able to have people buy and hold dollars in their bedrooms and all of those things. So I think we need to tighten that aspect.
Now, the lead research at GCB Capital, Carriage Boti, is expecting the new platform for Forex Bureau trading to check price abuse on the market. The Bank of Ghana, in a notice, has announced that it is rolling out a new platform for Forex trading. Mr. Boti tells Joy Business the move is welcome, but doubt it could help deal with the pressure on the cedi.
See clear efforts to try to sanitize the FX system and to leave a trail where Bank of Ghana can actually track who transacted what and even the sources of those funds and where it's starting from, where it's ending and all that, able to track it more effectively, and also to implement the existing rules that we know existed, like collecting the Ghana card and all that. That a uniform platform that is linked to the Ghana identification system or something is actually supposed to bring a trail of the individuals behind the transactions and the entities they are trading with and all of that. I mean, leave a clear trail. I think that is what they are trying to do with this. What does it add to the existing system? Probably not much, but it brings about the whole issue of enforcement and visibility now. Now, sitting at the Bank of Ghana head office, someone can actually be looking at this real time and look at what the movements are, what volumes, what quotes, and there is a unified system. So a Forex Bureau will not have the incentive to quote rates that are outside of the rules of the game, really. And so it brings everybody on board. It brings everybody to behave in a certain predictable way, which will reduce the volatility a bit.
Now, the Deputy Minister for Finance, Dr. Stephen Amoah, has advocated a different approach to solving rising inflation as opposed to monetary tightening. According to him, the current approach by the Bank of Ghana is a disincentive to investors. He was addressing a gathering at the third Financial Economic Seminar in Accra.
The third Financial Economic Seminar focused on entrepreneurship development and policy initiatives that businesses can take advantage of to expand their operations. According to Deputy Minister of Finance, Dr. Stephen Amoah, Ghana's economy has experienced some challenges due to the neglect of entrepreneurship. To this end, he's urging the central bank to look out for a more favorable approach in dealing with inflation controls, since the current approach is hurting the private sector.
Monetary policy should be calibrated to rather create space for more credit and cheaper cost of credit. Sometimes I disagree, but I wouldn't say I'm right that we need to move monetary policy every time up because inflation is going up. I think we need to look at the cause of the inflation, whether it's demand pull or cost push. If it is cost push and you increase your interest rate, you aggravate the problems. But if it's demand pull, then you can do the otherwise. So I think the central bank and the banks should look at this, because sometimes investors are suffering at your hands or whatever, or some of your decisions.
Dr. Amoah also challenged young students to consider diversifying their skills in order to take up entrepreneurship.
One of the easiest way, or one of the simplest value chains you can create is from the agricultural sector. Producing juice from mango or orange. It doesn't call for any complex value chain management. So you can easily start something as a young one. And even if you are already having a white-collar job, you can diversify. You can spread your risk. It's so important.
Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, CSIR, used the occasion to emphasize the importance of small and medium enterprises to the economy.
I mentioned that our businesses are not just the heart of our economy. They are our backbone. Moreover, all available analysis on the structure of our economy suggests that to realize our growth and development ambitions, we must be intentional about supporting our SMEs, particularly in accessing financial resources that they need to thrive.
The theme for the seminar was entrepreneurship, a functional element for economic growth and stability of developing countries.
Now, Car Asset Management, a subsidiary of Car Bank PLC, says its benefits trust unit net value asset grew by a robust 250% year-on-year to end the year at 16.87 million Ghana cedis, while its Advantage Unit Trust also experienced some 100% increase to end the year with 4.45 million Ghana cedis. According to Chief Executive James Elijah Donko, a foreign component securities in their portfolio is key to minimize risks and save investment. He spoke at the annual general meeting of Car Asset Management in Accra.
The Car Advantage Unit Trust ended 2023 with about 71.93% in government and quasi-government securities, 16.10% in bank repos and fixed deposits, 7.38% in corporate debt securities, and 4.51% in listed equities. Speaking to Joy Business, Chief Executive Officer James Donko indicated that the Car Asset Management will improve on its performance going forward.
Just as it was demonstrated to unit holders by the portfolio managers, the simulations we did, assuming from the beginning of the year, we had bought some foreign securities into our portfolio, we would have been doing about 16% higher than what we would have done now. And in terms of risk, we would have lowered our risk by about 6% in terms of what we have done now. So everything put together is aimed at improving liquidity for unit holders, reducing risk and enhancing profitability. So the outlook is very bright. As I said, we started very low, but now the AUM for both portfolios are increasing aggressively on the market. Yeah.
The Car Benefit Unit Trust had cash for liquidity purposes made up 0.06% of net asset value. James Ishen's report for Joy Business.
The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research Savannah Agricultural Research Institute has outdoor the first ever GMO crop in the country. The Songracha tea, a cowpea variety, is a pod-bearer-resistant cowpea that is expected to help increase the yield of farmers in the 5 regions of the north and fight the pod-bearer disease that had been a disruptive agent on their farms. Joy News Northern Regional Correspondent was at the launch and has come through with this report.
Savannah Agricultural Research Institute of the CSIR for the last 12 years has worked to commercialize a resistant cowpea variety to address the devastation the pod-bearer insect caused to yields of farmers. The pod-bearer insect is said to be one of the pests that continues to destroy yields of farmers in the 5 regions of the north, forcing most farmers to spray several times before harvest. This, according to experts, not only increase the cost of production but also harmful to humans because of the high chemical spraying. Cowpea production in Ghana has been low over the years with an average of under 10 maxi bags per hectare, despite the crop's potential to produce up to 25 maxi bags. But with the introduction of the Songotra tea, it is expected to address the challenge. Speaking in an interview after the launch, Director General CSIR Paul Bonsu said the Songotra cowpea will reduce the spraying to just 2.
It's out to make the cultivation of cowpea better, because as we all know, the cultivation of the cowpea, the traditional cowpea, because of this Maruca insect pests, you have to spray at the very least 8 regimes of pesticide before you can get some appreciable level of yield. Now this BT cowpea has some inherent properties to tolerate or to resist attack by this Maruca pest, and so it is expected that it's not like it's immune. Immunity means completely able to resist. It's not immune, but it is tolerant. So we use resistant in a generic form. You have to maybe do 1 or 2 rounds of spraying, and then you are good to go.
The executive director of the African Agricultural Technology Foundation, Dr. Kaniswa Kanajiri, said The cowpea is safe for humans as well as animal consumption.
For adoption of agricultural technology in general, agricultural biotech in the hands of the farmers, and it will change agriculture for quite a long time because the farmer will be prosperous. Research which go through it is enormous. There is, first of all, you identify the challenge you want to address, right? That is the challenge which is here. You identify the factor that is needed to address the challenge. That is a gene which maybe have been identified, isolated by another partner. You go there, you negotiate, you get it, and we try to get them free of royalties so that it can be affordable for our farmers.
A representative from the Ministry of Agriculture, Al-Hassan Abdul Fattah, called on farmers to take advantage of the new variety.
What I want to urge farmers to do is that now cowpea is a cash crop, and it's also good for our nutritional status because it's a low protein food. So I will urge all farmers to try it and see, so that they will know that anytime SARI, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, whatever variety they bring is to improve the living condition and increase the yield of farmers to better their lives.
Women and young entrepreneurs who are into agribusiness are heaving a sigh of relief following support received from ABSA Bank Young Africa Works project. According to the head of agribusiness at ABSA Bank, William Nate, the 5-year project is intended to lend financial support to about 5,000 businesses and create 50,000 jobs. He disclosed this at a project which, in collaboration with MasterCard Foundation, has impacted positively on the lives of farmers in the Upper West region. Joy News Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
One of the stumbling blocks to women and young people who want to go into businesses is their inability to get financial support to execute their lifelong dreams. Due to these financial challenges, their dream of pursuing further in their businesses are often truncated. Based on the aforementioned, the ABSA Young Africa Works project was started 4 years ago with the aim of supporting agribusinesses with special preference for women-led businesses and young entrepreneurs. In collaboration with MasterCard Foundation, they help women and young entrepreneurs to have access to loan facilities payable at a 10% rate. William Nate is the head of agribusiness at ABSA Bank, and he threw further light on the project.
What we realized was that businesses in these areas were struggling because of high interest rates and the lack of collateral to be able to access financing. So we got into this partnership, talked with our partner MasterCard Foundation, and then co-created a product that would work for women and for agribusinesses. What we came up with was to lend to about 5,000 businesses over the 5-year period of the project, create 50,000 jobs, work with smallholders. That would increase lending into the very last mile. When we say last mile, we mean the people on the ground doing the farming at the very rural areas. So the actors that we looked at in the value chain was right from the beginning, which include the input dealers, the farmers themselves. We looked at aggregators. We looked at processors who are working locally to be able to grow this business.
Apart from the credit facility, they are also giving training on the field where they are taught by consultants on best agronomic practices to enable them have good yields and also increase their production. In the Upper West region, they have about 10 partners they have engaged and supporting. One of them is Yoruba-based Chief Executive Officer of EA Farms, Emmanuel Awa. He spoke about the impact the ABSA Young Africa Works project has made in his business.
I mean, the stress we used to go through in paying farmers timely has gone down. Now farmers get their payment very early. We also, as a business, you know, that confidence in the sorghum value chain where farmers were scared that, oh, sorghum, we can't pay, delays in payment and what have you. I mean, that confidence in the sorghum value chain has been built as a result of this ABSA Young Africa project. And I will also say that looking at sorghum production today, the demand has increased.
Another is the Chief Executive Officer of our Force Limited, Joy Okra. She is into crop production, input sale and supply, mechanization services and sales. She too has a positive story about the support that she got from the project.
So before ABSA came in, we had lots of we have outgrowers that we support, as well as our own nucleus farming, crop production and other activities. But we couldn't support all the farmers that came in to ask for assistance, especially the women and the youth. But with the support from ABSA and Young Africa Works, we've now been able to increase the number of women and the outgrowers as well as ingrowers that we are working with.
It is not only the chief executives at the top that are the cash windfall. The farmers at the last end of the value chain also had a bite of the pie as they spoke about how the project is making waves in their lives. It used to be difficult for us to cook or get money for our children to go to school. The project has however come to save us.
We have been getting seeds, especially hybrid seeds, that we get a higher yield from that. And then with fertilizer, the fertilizer, before that, we used not to get them in time, and it was affecting the production of the sorghum. But with their support, we get them at the right time and applied.
After a tour of some of the farms and warehouses of the partners and the farmers, the optics look good for the project.
And the confidence with which they are able to come out and to express what they are doing, they are seeing changes in their lives. The lives of their families are being changed. As someone said, she goes out there, she's been able to get financing, and then they are able to get fuel to power their motor, to take their children to school. We are seeing real impact on the ground, and I think that this is a good project and it should be sustained going forward.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
That'll be all for business here on Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki. Thanks for watching. We have sports for you after this break. Stay tuned.